Live stream here on Sports Bonanza John on YouTube and on Kick at Sports Kick John, ready for the finale of this three-game set between one of the best baseball rivalries out there, the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees looking for the sweep over their rivals. Red Sox, we will preview this game in just a moment. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for doing your will upon us, Lord, and continue to look over these players. Please keep everyone safe tonight and continue to do your will among us, Lord, as we ask and pray this in your mighty name. Amen. All right, Yankees and Red Sox. Yankees won the opener on Tuesday 4-0. They won last night 4-1. So they go for the sweep of this three-game series. They send Cam Schlittler to the mound tonight. Red Sox will counter with Peyton Tolley as the Red Sox look to salvage one in this series. Red Sox team has only scored one run total in the first two games of this series. As they look for a little bit of boost going as before they head to Baltimore for a series with the Orioles this weekend. Yankees will head to Houston to start a series with the Astros following this game. Let's take a look at the batting order for this game tonight. First of all, for the Yankees, who come in at 15-9 on the season, they line up this way, leading it off. For the Yankees and playing third base tonight will be Ahmad Rosario. Batting second in right field will be Aaron Judge. Batting third, playing first base, is Ben Rice. Cleanup hitter is the DH tonight, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting fifth and playing left field tonight for the Yankees will be Randall Grichuk. Batting sixth and playing center field is Trent Grisham. Second base, Jazz Chisholm. Shortstop for the Yankees, Jose Caballero, will bat eighth, and batting ninth and catching for the Yankees tonight is Austin Wells. And Peyton Tolley on the mound. For the Red Sox. Peyton Tolley's first appearance of the season. Yankees come into this game on a 5-game winning streak as they look to extend that to 6. The Red Sox come in currently sitting in last place in the American League East, 6 games behind the first place New York Yankees. This is a Red Sox team hitting .226 on the season. Yankees, meanwhile, hitting .221. So neither team exactly lighting it up offensively this season. Both teams batting under .230. But the Red Sox, they have not gotten any offense at all in this series, being held to 1 run in the first 18 innings of this series against the Yankees. 4-0 win for the Yankees on Tuesday, a day where the Red Sox only got 4 hits. And then the 4-1 win for the Yankees last night. They held the Red Sox to 5 hits total last night's game. So it's yet Red Sox looking to break out of this funk and salvage the finale here against the Yankees. As we take a look at the scoreboard across Major League Baseball, Braves earlier today beat the Nationals in D.C. 7-2. Spencer Torkelson hit a game-winning home run in the bottom of the ninth for the Tigers as they defeated the Brewers today 5-4. Phillies lose again, 8-7 to the Cubs in 10. Phillies' losing streak has now reached 9. Padres trailed the Rockies 8-5 entering the top of the ninth inning, but the Padres have exploded for 5 runs in the top of the ninth and now lead at 10-8 over the Rockies. White Sox and Diamondbacks. White Sox lead that game 4-1. That game also in the top half of the ninth inning. And the Dodgers beat the Giants today 3-0. Later today, the Twins and the Mets. Mets finally broke their 12-game losing streak last night with a win over the Twins. And later, the Pirates and the Rangers from Arlington. Not a huge schedule on the docket today in Major League Baseball, just 9 games. But we're ready for this one. The Yankees and the Red Sox. Finale of this 3-game set. Again, Cam Schlittler on the mound for the Yankees. Peyton Tolley on the mound for the Red Sox. This is his season debut in this game tonight for Tolley, as he finishes his warm-up tosses, and it's going to be Ahmed Rosario leading it off for the Yankees. Rosario on the season hitting .265. He's got 4 home runs. He's drove in 13. 60 degrees at first pitch at Fenway Park. John Lipka behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Clint Vondrak over at first base. Austin Jones at second. Todd Titchener over at third base. Of course, also in the sports world, we've got the NFL draft tonight. That comes up in a couple of hours. Keep you updated on the picks as they come in once that gets underway. But here's Rosario, and the first pitch of the night is ball 1. One-0 pitch to Rosario is outside, and it's quickly 2-0 on Ahmed Rosario to lead off the game. Two-0 pitch, that's another ball. It's 3-0. Three-0 pitch. There's a strike. 3-1 now. The 3-1 is a foul ball, and that will fill the count 3-2 to the leadoff hitter on the night, Ahmed Rosario. Three-two payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice battle back by Tolley to get the strikeout after falling behind 3-0. And here comes Aaron Judge, hitting .241, 9 home runs. He's drove in 16 on the season. Pitch to him is a strike. 0-1 pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner. Judge quickly down 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch stays 0-2 on Aaron Judge. Crowd still filing in at Fenway Park on an early Thursday evening. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeout to begin the game. And here comes Ben Rice with the bases empty and 2 outs. Rice on the year hitting .314. He's got 8 home runs. He's drove in 18. He is the Yankees' leader in batting average so far this season. And takes a strike here. Judge and Rice have combined for 17 home runs here at the start of the season, as there's another strike. The Red Sox, as a team, through their first 24, 13 home runs. Here's the 0-2. That one. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Tolley strikes out the side in the top of the first inning. Red Sox coming against Cam Schlittler. And the Red Sox will send out this batting order tonight. Leading it off will be the left fielder, Jarren Duran. Batting second for the Red Sox in center field, Ceddanne Rafaela. Batting third and DHing tonight, Masataka Yoshida. Cleanup hitter for the Red Sox is the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth and playing right field is Wilyer Abreu. At shortstop and batting sixth tonight for the Red Sox, Trevor Story. Batting seventh and playing second base, Marcelo Mayer. At third base tonight and batting eighth is Caleb Durbin. And batting ninth and catching tonight for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez. And Cam Schlittler getting the start for the Yankees on the mound. Out for the sixth time this year. In 6 starts, he's 2-1. ERA of just 1.95 this year so far for Schlittler. Just 3 walks and 36 strikeouts. 27 2/3 innings. Team's hitting just 178 against Schlittler this season. As he will face Jarren Duran to lead off the bottom of the first for the Red Sox. Duran on the year hitting 194. Got a home run on the season. He's drove in 11. First pitch, bottom one. Ball one. One-oh pitch from Schlittler to Duran. That's on one hop to second. Easy play here. And there's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Ceddanne Rafaela will now be the batter. Hitting 271 on the year. He's got 1 home run. He's drove in 7. Pitch is high for ball one. One zero downstairs. 2-0 now. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1 now the count on Rafaela. Two-one pitch. Rafaela fouls it off. Counts even now 2-2. 2-2 pitch is on the ground to short. Throw across to first in time, and there's out number 2 here in the Red Sox first inning. And here comes the DH, Masataka Yoshida. Hitting .289, drove in 5. Comes up with the bases empty and 2 outs here in the Red Sox first inning. Ball 1. Yoshida awaits the 1-0 pitch, and here it is. Inside, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Two-one pitch from Schlittler to Yoshida's hit foul, and that'll even the count 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Bouncer to second. And the throw to first, and both pitchers have 1, 2, 3 first innings. On to the second at Fenway. Yankees, Red Sox, nothing doing so far. Couple of news and notes around Major League Baseball here during the inning timeout. The Mets finally snapped their 12-game losing streak last night. However, they did get some bad news on Francisco Lindor. Mets did have to place him on the injured list with that calf strain. So they get Juan Soto back from the injured list, but now they have to put Francisco Lindor on the injured list. It's on the 10-day injured list with that calf strain. However, Carlos Mendoza says he is going to be out for quite a bit, so we'll see how the Mets can go without Lindor. And again, the Mets were mired in that 12-game losing streak, which finally ended last night with that win over the Twins. So on we go here to the top of the second inning. It's now a final from Denver. Padres come back with 5 in the ninth to beat the Rockies 10-8. And the White Sox get the 4-1 win in Arizona over the Diamondbacks. That has now gone final. Still to come, Twins and Mets and Pirates and Rangers. Here it's going to be Giancarlo Stanton leading off the top of the second for the Yankees. He's hitting at .265 on the year. He's got 3 home runs. He's drove in 13 on the season. First pitch, top 2 inside, ball 1. Comes the 1-0 pitch. That's right down the middle for strike 1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. To Giancarlo Stanton leading it off in the Yankee second. 1-2 right down the middle. 4 batters and 4 strikeouts for Peyton Tolley. And here comes Randall Grichuk. Hitting 192 on the year, has a couple of RBIs. Strike one. Tolley in command right now. Strike one pitch is low, 1-1 now. One delivery. Foul back. Counts now a ball and 2 strikes on Randall Grichuk. Also, the night said the NFL draft, of course, tonight. Also keep you updated on the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs. They're about to get underway at the top of the hour. 1-2 pitch is fouled away. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Make it 5 batters and 5 strikeouts for Peyton Tolley. And it brings up Trent Grisham with the bases empty and 2 outs. Grisham hitting just 162 to start the season. 3 home runs. He has drove in 14. Strike one. Tolley's in command right now, making his season debut on the mound for the Red Sox. 0-1 pitch. That's hit foul. It's 0-2 on Trent Grisham. Tolley's 1-2 to Grisham. That's bounced to first. This is going to be a first out that's recorded not by a strikeout, but it's a 1-hopper, 6 up, 6 down for Peyton Tolley. We go to the bottom of the second. Yankees, Red Sox, no score. Updating you on those NBA and NHL playoff scores that get underway here. Coming up here just past the top of the hour, Game 3 in the NBA between the Knicks and the Hawks. That series is all tied at a game apiece as the scene shifts now to Atlanta. 8 o'clock Eastern time or thereafter, up north of the border, Game 3 between the Cavaliers and Raptors. Cavaliers lead that series 2-0. And then coming up, 9:30 Eastern time, Game 3 between the Nuggets and Timberwolves. That series all square at 1 apiece. Stanley Cup playoffs coming up at the top of the hour. Game 3 in Boston between the Bruins and Sabres. That series sits 1-1. And coming up here just over an hour, Game 3 between the Hurricanes and Senators in Ottawa. Carolina up 2-0 after that double overtime win in Game 2. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern time, Game 3, between the Avalanche and the Kings. Colorado up 2-0 in that series. And back here, it's 0-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. It's going to be Wilson Contreras leading it off here in the Red Sox second. Contreras on the season hitting .263. 4 home runs. He's drove in 12 on the year. Final game of this 3-game series between these two teams. Yankees head down to Houston to start a series with the Astros. Red Sox will hit the road to Baltimore for another AL East division matchup, Red Sox and Orioles. Trying to avoid the sweep by the Yankees in this series. First pitch, bottom 2 to Wilson Contreras. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike one pitch on the way to Contreras. Strike two. Contreras quickly down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Contreras hits it high and deep to left field, and that is going to be a foul ball. Couldn't keep the ball fair, and it kept curving, and it's a long foul ball to keep the count 0-2 on Contreras. Contreras had to go back and retrieve the bat, which was halfway to the dugout. I think he thought he hit it out there and was going to have a home run. Instead, it's still an 0-2 count. Retrieves the bat and steps back into the batter's box, and another 0-2 pitch to Contreras. And it's a swing and a miss, so it ends up a strikeout. One down in the inning, and it will bring up Wilyer Abreu. Hitting .281 on the year. He's got 3 home runs. He's drove in 11. Abreu looks in and gets the delivery from Schlittler. Strike one. Strike one pitch to Abreu. That's foul, and it's 0-2. When that foul ball came back up and got Austin Wells there behind the plate. It looks like he's all right. Here comes another 0-2 pitch to Abreu. That just missed high. And we're going to have an ABS challenge here. It looks like Austin Wells, the catcher, is calling for this challenge. It is a ball. That wasn't really even close. So the Yankees lose one of the ABS challenges early here in the second inning. One-two pitch. 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. Outside, that will fill the count. Good battle back here by Abreu after falling behind 0-2. Comes the payoff pitch to Wilyer Abreu. Foul ball, just got a piece of it. Another 3-2 and another foul ball. Good battle here between Schlittler and Abreu. Be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Another 3-2 payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4, and Abreu is the first base runner of the game as he draws a 1-out walk here for the Red Sox, and it'll bring up Trevor Story now. Story hitting 192 on the year, a couple home runs. He's drove in 17, is the Red Sox leader in RBIs. And the pitch to Trevor Story. Foul back, strike 1. A 1 pitch on the way to Story. There goes Abreu, pitches a ball, and the throw in time as Abreu is thrown out trying to steal second. Well, that throw was right on the money to Jazz Chisholm from Austin Wells. Abreu got a decent jump, but it was a perfect throw. So now it's bases empty and 2 outs. One pitch on the ground to third. Throw across the diamond, and is a wild throw. And Trevor Story will reach. It's going to be an error on Rosario on the throw. It didn't go far enough away from the first baseman for Story to go to second, but that would have been the 3rd out. Instead, the Red Sox get basically an extra out here now in the 2nd inning. And Marcelo Mayer will be the batter. Ball 1. Mayer on the year hitting 196. He's got a home run. He's drove in 3. Can the Red Sox take advantage of the second life in the inning? It's now 2-0 as that pitch misses outside to Mayer. Two-0 pitch. That's hit foul, and the count is now 2-1 on Mayer. Two-one pitch. Lifted in the air to left center field. That's hit pretty well, and that's going to be off the monster. Rounding third and scoring is Story, and the Red Sox take advantage of the error by Rosario and get the game's first run on an RBI double by Mayer. 1-0 Boston. We'll now bring up Caleb Durbin. Durbin hitting just 147 on the year. He does have 7 RBIs on the season. First pitch is hit to short, backhanded play, and the throw to first in time to end the inning. But the Red Sox get the run, taking advantage of the error by Rosario at third base. We head to the 3rd inning. At Fenway, Red Sox lead the Yankees 1-0. Be the bottom third of the Yankees order. Jazz Chisholm to lead it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. Chisholm on the season hitting at 173. He's got 3 RBIs on the year. So the Red Sox strike first tonight, getting an unearned run against Cam Schlittler. Final game of this series. These two teams will meet again at the beginning of June in the Bronx. "13 meetings this year between the two rivals. So ready for the third inning. Tolley back to work on the mound, now with a 1-0 lead, as he has retired the first 6 Yankees he's faced, as he's making his season debut here tonight. Peyton Tolley, the 23-year-old out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. So here we go. Chisholm leading it off here in the Yankee third inning. First pitch, top 3. Inside corner, strike 1. Chisholm's debate. Now, the Yankees already lost an ABS challenge in the bottom of the second, so they only have 1 left. It's not going to be a challenge from Chisholm. You thought about it. 0-1's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Tolley ready for the 0-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3. That is 6 strikeouts of the first 7 batters for Peyton Tolley. And it'll bring up Jose Caballero, hitting .238 on the year with a home run. He's drove in 8. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Caballero, strike 1. "30 pitches now for Tolley. 24 of them have been for strikes. Strike 1 pitch to Caballero. Hit foul, and it's 0-2 to Caballero. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On the ground to third. Throw across the diamond is high, and the tag is applied, however, by Contreras for the second out. Yeah, I think he did get him by about a half a step. We'll bring up the number 9 hitter, catcher Austin Wells. Pitch to Wells is inside, ball 1. Wells hitting 175 on the year. A home run, he's drove in 2. "1-0 pitch is a strike. Counts even now, a ball and a strike. "1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Wells. Wells calls time just before the 1-2 pitch. Steps out momentarily and is now ready. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. And I'm trying to think. I think this is the first 2-ball count that Tolley's had. Two is lifted foul. Wells stays alive. 2-2. Two pitch. Another foul ball. Count stays 2-2. Tolley looks in and delivers the 2-2 to Austin Wells. In the air to left. Durbin calling. Now it's going to be a collision, but it's hung onto by the left fielder Duran. 9 up, 9 down for Tolley. We go the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the third inning. It's going to be Carlos Narvaez leading it off for the Red Sox. Hitting at .240 on the season. He's got 1 RBI. Red Sox getting the unearned run in the second inning on the RBI double by Mayer that brought in Story. Story got on via 2-out error, which prolonged the inning for the Red Sox and gave them the opportunity to get the run. On we go, bottom of the third. First pitch to Narvaez. Ball 1. One 0 pitch. Hit foul. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. Comes the 1-1. Hit foul, and the count will go to 1-2 now on Narvaez. One-two pitch. Strike 3. One down in the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, Jarren Duran. And pitch is fouled away by Duran for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. And that's on the ground and through past the shortstop into left center field for a base hit. Red Sox with their second hit. It's a 1-out single by Duran, and it will bring up Rafaela. Pitch is downstairs for ball one. One 0 pitch. That's a strike at the knees. Counts even 1-1. One pitch is lifted in the air to right. And Chisholm goes out from second base to make the catch in shallow right field for the second out. And here comes the DH, Yoshida. Ball one. One 0 is a strike. Counts even 1-1. One pitch is hit foul, and the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch. That's hit foul. Another 1-2 pitch. And another foul ball. One, two is high. 2-2 now. Two pitch. Pickoff throw over to first. Diving back in safely is Duran. Duran does not go, and another foul ball. And that's going to be hit over to the right side, and that will do it for the Red Sox in the bottom of the third. Duran stranded at first. We head to the fourth, 1-0 Boston. Top of the order for the Yankees, Rosario, Judge, and Rice. Now it'll be the second time through the order for Tolley. He retired all 9 Yankees the first time through. Now that the Yankees have had a look at him once, let's see what happens the second time through the order. About 15 minutes away from first pitch in Flushing between the Twins and the Mets. Mets going to try to put together a winning streak after snapping that long 12-game losing streak last night. So here we go, top of the fourth inning and the top of the order, Rosario to lead it off. First pitch, ball 1. One 0 is inside. It's now 2-0. This is the first time that Tolley's behind a hitter 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Rosario. Counts now 2-1. That's past the diving second baseman and into right center for a base hit. Yankees with their first base runner of the night. A leadoff single in the fourth by Rosario. And here comes Aaron Judge. He was also a strikeout victim his first time. Ball 1. One 0 pitch. Outside's 2-0. Up high, it's now 3-0. This is the first 3-ball count Tolley's had against a batter. It's the 3-0. Strike. 3-1, ball four. First two Yankees have reached here in the fourth. So the second time through the order, the Yankees have got a hit and a walk. And here's Ben Rice. Rice also a strikeout victim his first time up. Rosario at second, Judge at first. Here in the fourth inning. And the pitch to Ben Rice. Lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Rosario will hold at third, and the Yankees have loaded him here in the fourth with nobody out. So the base is loaded here for the Yankees for Giancarlo Stanton. And a check swing on the first pitch. No swing, says the first base umpire, Clint Vondrak. 1-0. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. Counts even now, a ball and a strike. One pitch, that's a strike. One, two. Down low, 2-2. Two pitch on the way to Giancarlo Stanton. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout and the first out of the inning for Tolley. That's the seventh strikeout for Peyton Tolley. And here comes Randall Grichuk. He also struck out his first time as Tolley struck out the first five batters he faced in this game. Ball one here to Grichuk. The 1-0 pitch. Grichuk, high fly ball. That's not very deep at all in right field. Catch made and no tag by Rosario. 2 outs. And Tolley is one more out away from getting out of this bases loaded, no one out jam here in the fourth. It'll be Trent Grisham stepping up. Pitch to Grisham right down the middle, strike one. Here comes the strike one pitch. That's hit foul, and now Grisham's in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Fenway fans trying to urge Tolley to get this third strike in the at bat. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And now, wait a minute. Grisham might be asking for a challenge here. Nope, doesn't look like it. And Tolley gets out of a bases loaded, no one out jam and does not allow a run. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 1-0 Red Sox. Boy, what a job by Tolley after loading the bases with nobody out. But strikeout, pop out, strikeout. The next 3 batters to keep it a 1-0 ball game. I was wondering, it looked like Grisham was going to ask for a challenge there. Yankees do only have 1 ABS challenge left for the rest of the game. They lost one back in the second inning when Austin Wells challenged a ball call that was unsuccessful. So it'll be the middle third of the Red Sox order. Contreras, Abreu, and Story due up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Red Sox still with this 1-0 lead. Wilson Contreras to lead it off. He was a strikeout victim against Schlittler his first time up. 59 pitches thrown by Tolley through 4 innings. Schlittler is at 49 pitches through 3 innings. As we'll see how far these starters, if they're on a pitch count tonight or if they are not, and it's just going to be based on performance. Yankees rather come into this game on a 5-game winning streak. Swept the Royals last weekend and have won the first 2 in this series. First pitch, bottom 4 to Wilson Contreras is a bouncer foul, third base side, strike 1. Oh, 1. That's popped foul, and that'll reach the seats. It's 0-2. Just about set for first pitch at Citi Field between the Twins and the Mets. And they're just about to tip off Game 3 of the NBA playoffs between the Knicks and the Hawks in Atlanta. 0-2 pitch on the way to Contreras. Outside, 1-2. Also just about set for face-off in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Sabres and the Bruins. And, of course, the NFL draft an hour away. Keep you updated on all that throughout this game tonight. 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Count stays 1-2. Contreras steps back in. And awaits another 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. Two-two pitch to Contreras. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Contreras strikes out for the second time, and it will bring up Wilyer Abreu. Abreu drew a walk his first plate appearance. Pitch is outside for ball one. It's the 1-0 pitch. Hit foul. That will even the count, a ball and a strike. Trevor Story on deck for Boston. One. Swing and a miss. Counts now 1-2 on Abreu. One-two pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. That's in the air to left. And on the run out there on the warning track, the catch is made in front of the green monster by Grichuk for the second out. And here comes Trevor Story. Story, the one that reached on that 2-out error by Rosario in the second inning and eventually came in to score on the double by Mayer. And here's the pitch to him. Strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Ben Rice, the first baseman, under it. He's got it, and the Red Sox retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth inning. We head to the fifth. Moving right along at Fenway. Red Sox lead at 1-0. Be the bottom third of the Yankee order. Chisholm, Caballero, and Wells due up in the top of the fifth inning. Still in that 1-0 hole. Both teams have 2 hits so far in this one. Again, in case you missed the other news from Major League Baseball, the Mets have placed Francisco Lindor on the 10-day injured list due to that calf strain he suffered. So the Mets put Francisco Lindor on the injured list right after getting Juan Soto off of it. And with the Cubs' 8-7 win over the Phillies today, that extended the Phillies' losing streak to 9 in a row. Phillies trying to right the ship, as are the Mets in that National League East. The Braves already in that National League East have a pretty big lead in the division. Braves are playing some outstanding ball right now. And in one of the games earlier with the Tigers beating the Brewers 5-4, Spencer Torkelson with a game-winning homer in the bottom of the ninth for the Tigers. We were speaking of the Braves. They won again today, 7-2 over the Nationals. Padres scored 5 in the ninth to beat the Rockies 10-8. Dodgers shut out the Giants 3-0. White Sox win over the Diamondbacks 4-1. And yet to come tonight, in a little less than an hour in Arlington, Rangers host the Pirates. Here it's 1-0 as we head to the top of the fifth inning. Here's Chisholm to lead it off in the Yankee fifth, and he drills it to right field And that is along the foul pole, and it is gone. Jazz Chisholm ties the game with a home run to right field, and we are 1-1 in the fifth. Chisholm goes deep for the first time this season. RBI number 4. And he kept it fair just over that very short wall in right field. And just like that, on one swing of the bat, we are tied. Ball 1 inside here to Caballero. One-zero pitch. That's bounced foul, third base side. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch. That's right there at the knee. Strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now on Caballero. One-two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Caballero strikes out. That is strikeout number 8 for Tolley on the night. And here comes Austin Wells. Wells 0 for 1 as he swings and misses here for strike 1. Chisholm fired up in that Yankees dugout. There's a swing and a miss by Wells. He's down in the count now, 0-2. Back to the top of the order, and Rosario on deck. Wells steps back in and awaits the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it away to stay alive. Another 0-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes now to Wells. Flew out his first time up back in the third. And here's another, or a 1-2 pitch. That's in the air to center. And the catch made out there just shy of the warning track for out number 2. Here in the top of the 5th inning. And now here's Rosario, top of the order for the Yankees. Rosario 1 for 2 with a single. Tolley's 70th pitch of the game is a strike at the knees. Strike 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rosario now in an 0-2 hole. Went after a low one that time. Oh-2 pitch. Bounced foul. Rosario stays alive. Oh-2 pitch. That's way outside. 1-2. Another good crowd on hand at Fenway, as is expected when these two teams get together. Again, these two teams don't get together again until the beginning of June for a 3-game set in the Bronx. 1-2 pitch is low. 2-2. Aaron Judge is on deck if Rosario gets on. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, and the count goes full. Red Sox have still not used an ABS challenge tonight. There's a couple pitches there I was wondering if they were going to, but they do not. 3-2 on the way is hit foul. And another 3-2 pitch coming. Red Sox are starting to get some action in the pen. You can see who that is. The 3-2 pitch, that's another foul ball. It's Greg Weissert loosening up for the Red Sox in the bullpen. Another payoff pitch. Rosario sends it high into left center, and the catch is made for out number 3, but Jazz Chisholm ties the game with a home run to right field as we are midway through it at Fenway. Yankees and Red Sox now square 1-1. In the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Red Sox, it'll be the bottom third of the order. Mayer, Durbin, and Narvaez. Now in a brand new ball game, 1-1. So let's look at some of the featured games coming up on this weekend schedule in Major League Baseball. Looks like a good series coming up at Dodger Stadium this weekend between the Cubs and the Dodgers. Dodgers, again, heavy favorites right now to three-peat, I should say, as World Series champions, and they are definitely looking like the best team so far this season. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Red Sox, after this series, have another AL East matchup. They head to Baltimore for a weekend series against the Orioles. Yankees will head down to Houston for a series with the Astros. Phillies and Braves in an NL East division battle. Braves swept Philly at Citizens Bank Park last weekend. Phillies, as I've mentioned a couple times tonight, mired in that now 9-game losing streak. Your teams that were expected to threaten there in the NL East, the Mets and the Phillies, they are, I know we're only in April, but they are putting themselves up against the 8 ball here early in the season for the Phillies and Mets. They're got a long uphill climb already. Couple other series, kind of interesting series over the weekend. Mariners head to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. The Reds, the NL Central leading Reds, they will take on the Tigers. That's looking like a pretty intriguing series for the weekend as well. Bottom 5, here we go. Mayer leads it off and takes a strike. Mayer had the RBI single back in the 2nd inning that scored Trevor Story. 0-1 pitch is bounced foul, first base side. It's quickly 0-2 now on Mayer. So if that was Peyton Tully's last batter, pretty good season debut for him as he goes 5 innings. Retired the first 9 Yankees. They were able to get to him the last couple innings. We'll see if he comes back out for the 6th, or the Red Sox did have some bullpen action going on. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Mayer. That's way high. A ball and 2 strikes now. Schlittler now at 65 pitches. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That is hit foul. That'll get out of play, and the count will stay 1-2. Again, we will keep you updated on the NFL draft once it gets going here in about 35 minutes or so, 35, 40 minutes. Shattered bat on the 1-2 pitch, and it's hit to Rice, who will take it himself to first base for the first out in the bottom of the fifth inning, where that bat broke in about 4 different places, or 4 different pieces, I should say. Nice job by Rice to keep concentrated on the ball there. Here's Durbin now. Durbin 0 for 1 so far on the night. Grounded out back in the second inning. Here's pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Twins have struck first at Citi Field with a run in the top of the first, so they lead the Mets 1-0 with the Mets coming up. 0-1 pitch is grounded on 2 hops to third. Quick throw to first in plenty of time to retire Durbin for the second out, and it will bring up Narvaez with the bases empty and 2 outs for the Red Sox. And ball 1 here to Narvaez. Strikeout victim his first time up. Counts even now 1-1. Schlittler's 1-1 pitch to Narvaez. Bounced foul. It's now 1-2. One-two pitch, but first time called before the 1-2 pitch by Narvaez. One-two pitch. That's hit pretty well into left center field. Back, and it is gone into the monster seats. Narvaez sends it out. And the Red Sox go back in front 2-1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. First home run of the year for Narvaez, RBI number 2, as he goes deep into the monster seats in left center. So the Red Sox go back in front here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And we're back to the top of the order in Duran. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So with that home run, that would make Tolley eligible for the win. A 1 pitch. That's up the middle. But playing that way was the shortstop Caballero as he throws to first to end the inning. But the Narvaez home run has put the Red Sox back in front as we head to the 6th at Fenway. 2-1 Boston. Got a couple of other news from the sports world, not Major League Baseball related, but want to update you on a couple other sports stories. Looks like as we go to the NBA, looks like the Milwaukee Bucks have their next head coach. Are about to finalize a deal for their new head coach, Taylor Jenkins, who coached the Grizzlies for a number of years. Looks like he is finalizing a deal to become the new head coach in Milwaukee, to replace Doc Rivers there with the Bucks. And NBA playoff news, Austin Reeves of the Lakers, who has missed the first two games of that series, he is listed now, he is upgraded actually to questionable now for the Lakers for their Game 3 game in Houston. And also Kevin Durant of the Rockets listed as questionable. He has that sprained ankle. But nonetheless, even without Reed, the Lakers won the first two in that series against the Rockets, as the series now shifts to Houston for Game 3. See if we get another update on Reeves and Durant before that Game 3 of that series. Here in this one, it's 2-1 Red Sox. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 3 hits. 1 error is a costly error for the Yankees. And Tolle is back out on the mound here to at least start the 6th inning. And he faces Aaron Judge, and ball 1 low. Judge has struck out and walked in this game. Swing and a miss. Counts even now 1-1 on Aaron Judge. Meat of the Yankees order, Judge, Rice, and Stanton here in the 6th. 1-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner. 1-2. 'Judge steps out of the box just prior to the 1-2 pitch. Now he's ready. As is Tolle, and the 1-2 pitch is low. 2-2. Two. Outside, full count. Three-two payoff. Swing and a miss. Judge strikes out for the 2nd time. 10th strikeout for Tolle. 1 down here in the 6th. And it brings up Ben Rice. Rice is 1 for 2 with a single. And he's also struck out. Pitch to him is low for ball 1. One-0 pitch upstairs. 2-0. Here's the 2-0. On the ground, a second diving play, and the throw to first in plenty of time for out number 2. Nice play there by Mayer for the Red Sox. Bases empty, 2 outs for Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton's 0 for 2, struck out both times, both at bats tonight. Pitch to him. Fouled away, strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Inside, a ball and a strike now on Stanton. 1-1 pitch on the way to Stanton. Downstairs, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Weisert's back warming in the bullpen for the Red Sox. He also has company. Danny Colome is also getting loose in the bullpen. 2-2 pitches inside. Full count on Giancarlo Stanton. 3-2 payoff. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Stanton strikes out. Totally fired up as he comes off the mound. He's probably done for the night. 11 strikeouts for Tolle in his season debut for the Red Sox. And he's got a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It'll be Rafaela, Yoshida, and Contreras, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Red Sox in the bottom of the sixth. Update on the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs. 6:15 to go, opening period in Boston. Sabres and Bruins, no score. Game 3 of that series. Series all square 1-1. NBA, just over a minute to go in the opening quarter. Hawks lead the Knicks by 10. Knicks have been held to 14 points with just over a minute to go in that first quarter. They trail 24-14. Coming up here in about 35 minutes, Game 3 between the Cavaliers and Raptors up in Toronto. Cleveland up 2-0. And coming up later on in Minneapolis, Game 3 between the Nuggets and Timberwolves. That series all square at a game apiece. Later in the NHL, actually, they're just about to have the opening face-off in Ottawa between the Hurricanes and the Senators. Game 3 of that series, Carolina up 2-0. And Game 3 of the Avalanche and Kings later on from Los Angeles. Colorado up 2-0 in that series. Mets scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning after the Twins got on the board with 1. So the Mets lead 3-1. After snapping their 12-game losing streak yesterday, Mets look to go on a winning streak now. First pitch here, bottom 6, swing and a miss. Schlittler, I got to watch how I say that name. Schlittler back on the mound for the Yankees. Oh, 1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Rafael is grounded out and popped out tonight, 0 for 2. One is popped up. First baseman Ben Rice under it. He's got it for the first out in the bottom of the sixth inning. And here comes Yoshida. Yoshida tonight is 0 for 2. Ball 1 high to Yoshida. 1-0 pitch. Yoshida in the air to center. Grisham's got it for the second out. 2 outs very quickly here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it will bring up the cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. It's 0 for 2. He struck out both at bats tonight. Pitch to Contreras in the air to center, and that'll be caught by Grisham. And a very quick 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th for Cam Schlittler. We head to the 7th. Red Sox lead the Yankees 2-1. Be Grichuk, Grisham, and Chisholm, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Yankees in the top of the 7th. They do show them a lot, but every time I see these Liberty Mutual commercials, they're always funny. A very, very fast-moving game tonight. We're only an hour and a half in, and we're heading to the top of the 7th inning. Both teams have been held to 3 hits through 6 innings. Randall Grichuk will lead it off for the Yankees here in the top of the 7th. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Red Sox had a couple guys loosening in the bullpen. Still looking to see who comes out here to pitch the 7th inning. It is going to be Colomb coming in to pitch for the Red Sox. So the night is over for Peyton Tolley. Colomb out for the 10th time, no record. 3.18 ERA. He's walked 3, struck out 2, 5 2/3 innings. First pitch, top 7 is ball 1. So the final numbers tonight for the season debut for Tolley: 6 innings, just 3 hits given up. 1 run it was earned, that home run by Chisholm. 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. This is a strike here to Grichuk, counts even 1-1. So a phenomenal season debut for Tolley tonight on the mound for the Red Sox. And he stands to be the pitcher of record on the winning side. 1-1 pitch is right down the middle for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Grichuk, leading it off here in the Yankees' 7th inning. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Grichuk strikes out for the 2nd time against Red Sox pitching, and here's Grisham. Grisham 0 for 2 on the night. He's grounded out and struck out in this game. Pitch is lined over third and into left field for a base hit. One out single for Grisham here in the top of the 7th. And it brings up Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm hit the home run that just cleared the right field wall back in the 5th inning that at the time tied it before the Narvaez home run in the bottom of the inning. Gave the Red Sox the lead back, which is where we are now, 2-1. There's a strike to Chisholm. Strike one pitch. Chisholm shows bunt and pulls it back and takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Chisholm into center. That's a base hit. And the Yankees have 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Tying run moves into scoring position, and the batter will be Caballero. Caballero now is 0 for 2 on the night. Grisham, the tying run, moves to second. Chisholm, the go-ahead run on at first. And now a meeting on the mound here. Pitching coach Andrew Bailey making his way out to the mound. So here we go. Caballero steps in with runners at first and second and 1 out. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch to Caballero. Showing bunt again and pulled it back and takes low. 1-1 now the count. There's an appeal to first base there by Narvaez to see if Caballero offered on the bunt. First base umpire says no, so the count's 1-1. It looked like he pulled back to me in plenty of time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Again shows bunt and gets this one down, but foul. And the count will now go to 1-2. So now with 2 strikes, bunt's probably coming off. One and 2. Here the count to Caballero. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swings away, sends it into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Runners had to hold to see if that was going to be caught, so they can only advance 90 feet. But the Yankees have loaded the bases here in the top of the 7th inning for Austin Wells. Wells is 0 for 2. Yankees had bases loaded, nobody out earlier in the game and did not score. That was back in the 4th. Pitch here is low for ball 1. Top of the order, Rosario is on deck. 1-0 pitch. Showed bunt here, but pulls it back. It's 2-0. Nowhere to put Austin Wells. 2-0 pitch. That is outside. 3-0. Three-zero pitch. There's a strike. 3-1 now. The count on Austin Wells. Grisham at third. Chisholm at second. Caballero at first. The base runners for the Yankees. 3-1 is ripped foul, and that will fill the count 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Wells strikes out for out number 2, and it'll be up to Rosario. And Cora comes out to get Colomé from the mound. So Rosario will not face Colomé here. He's going to face, I believe it is going to be Greg Weissert. He's warming up a couple times earlier in this game. It is Weissert coming in to pitch. Weissert out for the 11th time. He's 0-1, 4.82 ERA. He's walked 3 and struck out 14 in 9 1/3 innings. He is coming on to try to get the final out here in the top of the 7th and keep the Red Sox in front. So Weissert comes on. Yankees have the bases loaded and 2 outs. And time called here before the first pitch by Rosario. And actually, it's not going to be Rosario. It's going to be a pinch hitter here, Cody Bellinger, coming on to hit. Ball 1. Bellinger on the season hitting .265, 3 home runs. He's drove in 11. One-0 pitch inside, 2-0. If any of these 3 runs score, they will be charged to Colomé. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. Yankees left the bases loaded back in the fourth. They are not wanting to do that same thing here in the seventh. 2-1. Line drive. That's a base hit to left center. Yankees are going to take the lead. Stanton scores. Chisholm comes in to score. 2-run single by the pinch hitter Bellinger. Yankees in front 3-2 here in the seventh inning. And that will waste and get a no decision for Peyton Tolle in his season debut. Unfortunate for him, he pitched a heck of a ball game tonight for Boston. And Aaron Judge will now be the batter as the Yankees lead for the first time tonight. Judge takes a strike. Judge has struck out twice, and he has drawn a walk. Oh, 1 to Judge. Hit foul, and Judge is now in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch to Aaron Judge. That's lined into right center. That's going to be a base hit. And then it's bobbled out there in right center field. And Judge will slide into second base. It's 4-2. Bellinger advances to third. And the Yankees have put up a 3-spot here in the seventh inning. And the inning will continue for Ben Rice. So this is going to be a single and then an error on that bobble out there in right center field. So all 3 of those runs charged to Colomb. Cam Schlittler is now eligible for the win. They intentionally walked Ben Rice to get to Giancarlo Stanton here, who is 0 for 3 and struck out all 3 times tonight. Oh, 1 pitch to Stanton misses outside, a ball and a strike. One. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Giancarlo Stanton. Weisert's 1-2 is foul. One-two pitch from Weissert. Stanton swing and a miss. He strikes out for the 4th time tonight, but damage done in the 7th. Yankees with 3 to take the lead 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox will have Abreu, Story, and Mayer due up in the last of the 7th inning. So the final numbers on Colomb, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, struck out 2. But he now stands to get the loss. As the Red Sox will now have to come from behind. Not a good situation for the Red Sox, as they have only scored a total of 3 runs in their first 24 innings of this series, counting the 2 tonight. So here's Abreu to lead it off in the bottom of the 7th for the Red Sox. It's 0 for 1. He has reached on a walk in this game. And Schlittler is back on the mound here to at least start the 7th inning. He's at 81 pitches. First pitch, bottom 7, as he works now with the lead on the mound. Foul ball for strike 1. Cody Bellinger, who pinch hit for Rosario, stays in the game in left field. Ryan McMahon enters the game at third base. There's a line drive into center field for a base hit. And a good start for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 7th. And the batter will be Trevor Story. Story is 0 for 2. Fernando Cruz starting to loosen for the Yankees in the pen. That's hit to short. Steps on second, 1 on to first, double play. A 6-3 double play, as there are now bases empty and 2 outs for the Red Sox for Mayer. Mayer is 1 for 2. RBI double back in the 2nd. Pitch to Mayer is lined right to second. A 4-pitch bottom of the 7th inning for Schlittler. We head to the 8th. 4-2 Yankees. Top of the order, Bellinger, Judge, and Rice. That's not right. That's not right. It'll be McMahon, Grisham, and Chisholm, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Due up, I don't know why I said one. 6, 7, and 8 hitters. McMahon, Grisham, and... No, that's not right either. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. McMahon, Grisham, and Chisholm. I'll get it right sometime here in the 8th inning. Ryan McMahon will get his first at bat of the game. He came in defensively in the 7th inning, hitting just 125 on the year. Does have a home run. He's drove in 4. See who's coming on to pitch the 8th inning here for the Red Sox. That's why the little delay by me here. Update on the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hurricanes have struck first in Ottawa. Carolina leads 1-0. Just under 8 minutes to go, first period. Fourth Boston pitcher of the night. Tell you about him here after this first pitch to McMahon, which is a ground ball to second and under the glove and through into center field for a base hit. Tyler Samaniego, the new Red Sox pitcher, on for the 5th time. No record, no ERA, has not given up any earned runs, and just 1 hit in 5 1/3 innings. He has walked 4 and has struck out 7. Batter here, Trent Grisham. 1 for 3, singled last inning and scored one of the 3 Yankee runs in the 7th. Takes high here for ball 1. Strike 1. Counts even, a ball and a strike. So the line on Weissert of the Red Sox, he pitched a third of an inning, gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. So he did not have any earned runs charged to himself directly, as this pitch misses inside, 2-1. But he gave up the hits that drove in the 3 runs for the Yankees in the top of the 7th. 2-1 pitch, a foul ball into the mitt. 2-2. Looking ahead to the Red Sox 8th, it'll be Durbin, Narvaez, and then the top of the order, Duran. Here's the 2-2 to Grisham. Called strike 3 right down the middle. Grisham knew it. He started to walk back to the dugout before the home plate umpire gave the official signal. 1 out, and here's Chisholm. Chisholm 2 for 3. Homer to right back in the 5th. Singled last inning, and he has scored 2 runs tonight. Ball 1 high. One-zero pitch on the ground to second. Underhand throw to short 1. On to first. Safe. Chisholm beats it at first base. So a fielder's choice 4-6 on the putout. Alex Cora wanted to see if he wants to challenge that play at first base. The throw was a little high. Well, I don't think... Actually, hold on a minute. I don't think the shortstop touched second base when he received that ball. No challenge. They are... So it is a fielder's choice 4-6. I'm surprised Aaron Boone didn't challenge that play at second because I did not see the shortstop's foot hit the bag. Snap throw back to first, and sliding back in is Chisholm. Boy, I wish they'd show that again because, yeah, here we go. Here's the underhand throw. No, yeah, Aaron Boone should have challenged that. The shortstop was not on second base when he fielded that ball. Yankees are challenging that last strike call, and it is a strike, so they are now out of ABS challenges. Ooh. Boy, the Yankees missed a base running challenge there that they would have won. The time call before the 0-1 pitch. So the Yankees are out of ABS challenges now, as they have been unsuccessful twice. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Instead of throw over, check on Chisholm again. Oh, 1 is outside. 1-1. One pitch is outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Time called before the 2-2 pitch. Here comes the 2-2. That's fair down the right field line. Chisholm heading to third will pull in there. It's a 2-out double. Yankees with runners at second and third looking to add some insurance here in the 8th inning. And the batter will be Austin Wells. Wells is 0 for 3. Check swing foul. Update from the NFL draft, and to no one's big surprise, the number 1 pick by the Las Vegas Raiders was Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. So Mendoza, after winning the national championship at IU, will be heading to the Raiders. 0-1 pitch is foul. 0-2 now on Austin Wells. Ryan Watson loosening for the Red Sox now in the bullpen. Oh, 2 pitch. Down low. 1-2. One-two pitch misses low. Counts now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Bouncer to second. And the Red Sox are going to get out of this unscathed as the Yankees strand runners at second and third. We head to the bottom of the eighth inning. Still the Yankees 4 and the Red Sox 2. And is Schlittler coming back out for the eighth inning? Sure looks like it. Four runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Yankees. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Red Sox. Pitchers of record right now, obviously Schlittler for the Yankees on the winning side. Colomb for the Red Sox on the losing side. We've had quite the temperature drop in Boston. It was 60 degrees at first pitch. But here, a little over 2 hours later, as the sun is setting, it's dropped to 48 degrees at Fenway. So again, it'll be Durbin, Narvaez, and then the top of the order, Duran, here in the bottom of the eighth for the Red Sox. And it sure looked like Cam Schlittler was coming back out for the eighth inning. He'd only had a 4-pitch seventh inning, so he's still at 85 pitches. Going to be back with you on the live stream on Saturday. Probably will not make it on tomorrow, but we'll be back with you on Saturday. Don't know what game yet. I'm going to be on Saturday evening with you. I will have an update on my page either tomorrow or Saturday morning to let you know what game that's going to be, because I'm not exactly sure at the moment. But I will be back on with you Saturday evening. So here's Durbin to lead off in the bottom of the eighth, and it will be Cam Schlittler back to the mound. Durbin tonight is 0 for 2. First pitch is a strike. Red Sox in a 2-run hole here and have just 6 outs left. Broken bat, bouncer to short, and the throw to first in time for the first out. That's the second time tonight that a bat has just shattered there. Not shattered, but broken in pieces on contact. It'll be Narvaez. Narvaez homered in the bottom of the fifth that at the time put the Red Sox ahead 2-1 before the Yankees' 3-run top of the seventh inning. Ball 1. There's a strike on the inside corner to Narvaez to even the count, a ball and a strike. One is outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch, a foul tip for strike 2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Narvaez went after a high one. Fourth strikeout tonight for Schlittler, and we're back to the top of the order in Jarren Duran. Pitch is a strike. Duran is 1 for 3 tonight. Now 1-1. One, swing and a miss. 1-2. One, two, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Schlittler goes 8 innings tonight for the Yankees as we head to the 9th. Yankees 3 outs away from a series sweep. They lead at 4-2. And assuming that to be the last batter of the night that Schlittler faces, he goes 8 innings tonight, gives up just 4 hits, 2 runs, one of those 2 earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. 96 pitches on the night. Yankees here in the 9th inning will have the top of the order: Bellinger, Judge, and Rice. Update from the NBA and NHL playoffs, and also the other game in progress in Major League Baseball. Twins trail the Mets 6-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Can the Mets win their 2nd in a row? They're well on their way. NBA playoffs at the half in Atlanta. Hawks lead the Knicks 58-50 in Game 3 in that series that's tied at 1. 5 minutes into the first quarter in Toronto, Raptors lead the Cavaliers early 13-10. Later tonight, Nuggets and Timberwolves from the Twin Cities, about an hour and a half from now. NHL playoffs, Bruins lead the Sabres 1-0, 13 minutes to go, 2nd period. Hurricanes lead the Senators 1-0 at the first intermission. First pitch, top 9, is a strike to Cody Bellinger. 2-run single since coming in the game in the 7th. That misses low. A ball and a strike now to Bellinger. Samaniego back out to pitch here for the Red Sox. 1-1 is a strike. Counts now 1-2. One, two is high. 2-2. Two pitch is lined into left field, and that is going to be a diving catch in left field. by Duran. What a grab and what a diving catch by Duran in left field. That saved at least a double. Wow, it's a heck of a grab. Here's Aaron Judge. And that's going to do it for San Diego on the mound, as the Red Sox will bring on their fifth pitcher of the night. So San Diego goes an inning and a third, gives up 2 hits, had a strikeout. See, so the Red Sox bringing on pitcher number 5 tonight. Jeremiah Love of Notre Dame has just gotten drafted 3rd by the Cardinals. David Bailey got drafted number 2 by the New York Jets in the NFL draft. Red Sox bring on Ryan Watson here to pitch to Judge, and it's a foul ball for strike 1. Watson on for the 11th time. No record. ERA a little high, 8.1. Walked 7, struck out 6 in 13 and a third innings. Wants to come on to try to keep this game where it is right now, a two-run spread. Judge skies this one into foul territory. That will get out of play, and Judge is down in the count 0-2. Looking ahead to the Red Sox 9th inning, it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Rafaela, Yoshida, and Contreras. 0-2 is low. 1-2, the count on Judge. Judge takes low, counts now even, 2-2. Two pitch. Down low, full count, 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Judge strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 2 outs, and here's Ben Rice. Rice tonight is 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch is down low. Counts even now, a ball and a strike. David Bednar, the Yankee closer, in the bullpen. I see him here in the ninth. In the bottom of the ninth. 1-1 is low, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Hit foul. Counts now even 2-2. Two-two pitch. Foul ball. Rice will stay alive. Here's the 2-2. Inside, full count, and now the Red Sox are asking for an ABS challenge here for the first time tonight. That's strike three. Yep. So Rice is a strikeout victim. Yankees done in the ninth. Bednar coming on to try and close this out and give the Yankees the series sweep. 4-2 heading to the bottom of the ninth. Bednar coming on for the 11th time. 1-2 record, has 6 saves, looking for number 7. 3.72 ERA. 5 walks, 13 strikeouts in 9 2/3 innings. So Rafaela will lead it off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 0 for 3. Red Sox need to get a runner on to get the tying run to the plate. So here we go. Bednar on to face Rafaela, Yoshida, and Contreras. The 3-run top of the 7th inning for the Yankees. The difference in this one. First pitch, bottom 9. Strike 1 on the inside corner. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Bednar looks in on Rafaela and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2. One-two pitch. Bouncer to third. One out in the ninth. And here's Yoshida. Yoshida an 0-for-3 night. Pitch is a strike to Yoshida. Oh, 1 pitch. Yoshida skies it in the air. Rice is there, and the Yankees are 1 out away from their 6th consecutive win, and it'll be up to Wilson Contreras to keep it alive for the Red Sox. Contreras 0-for-3 tonight. He has struck out twice and flown out. Contreras takes ball 1. If he gets on base, Abreu is on deck. One 0, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Two-1 hit foul, and now the Red Sox are down to their final strike. Two-two pitch on the way. Grounded to third on one hop. Throw across the diamond, dug out by Rice, and the Yankees have swept the Red Sox at Fenway with a 4-2 win. They win their 6th in a row and improve on the season now to 16-9. Red Sox fall to 9-16. They fall 7 games behind the Yankees in the American League East. Cam Schlittler picks up the win tonight. It's now 3-1 on the year. David Bednar picks up save number 7. Colon suffers the loss for the Red Sox. He is 0-1. As he gave up the 3 runs that decided this game in the top of the 7th inning as the Yankees come from behind to win it 4-2. Yankees score 4 runs in all 3 games in this series, and it was enough each time. 4-0 in game 1, 4-1 last night, and 4-2 here tonight. Yankees will now head to Houston to start a series with the Houston Astros beginning tomorrow night. Red Sox head to Baltimore to start a series with the Orioles. 2 hours, 28 minutes, time of the game. In front of a Fenway Park crowd of 36,565. Another look at the scoreboard here before I sign off here for the night. We start with the scoreboard in Major League Baseball. Braves picked up the win over the Nationals today, 7-2. Tigers with a home run in the bottom of the ninth inning by Torkelson beat the Brewers 5-4. Cubs hand the Phillies their ninth straight loss in extra innings today. Cubs win 8-7. Padres score 5 in the ninth to come back and beat the Rockies 10-8. White Sox pick up a 4-1 win in Arizona over the Diamondbacks. Dodgers shut out their rival Giants 3-0. In progress at Citi Field, Mets lead the Twins 6-2. Bottom of the fourth inning, and Pirates Rangers in Arlington, no score. Bottom of the second. NBA playoffs, Hawks lead the Knicks 69-58, 7:40 to go in the third quarter there in that series that's tied at 1. End of 1 in Toronto, Raptors lead the Cavaliers 31-25. Toronto trying to get back in that series as they trail 2-0. Later on, Nuggets and Timberwolves from Minneapolis. NHL, 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Sabres have tied up the Bruins. That game now 1-1. 2.5 minutes into the second period in Ottawa, Hurricanes lead the Senators 1-0. Hurricanes looking to go up 3-0 there. And coming up in a little over an hour, Avalanche and Kings, Game 3 from Los Angeles, Colorado leading that series 2-0. And in the NFL draft, Fernando Mendoza, the number 1 pick, he goes to the Raiders. David Bailey from Texas Tech goes number 2 to the New York Jets. Jeremiah Love, number 3 pick, as he went to the Arizona Cardinals. Carnell Tate of Ohio State went 4th to the Titans, and Arvell Reese, also from Ohio State, the linebacker from Ohio State, the 5th pick to the New York Giants. That's going to wrap it up here on this one for tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick tonight, Sports Kick John. You can follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitch. I have some content on there as well at Sport Guru John. Again, be back with you Saturday evening for something. Not quite sure what game yet, but I will have an update either tomorrow or Saturday morning on my page as to what game that is going to be. But I will be back with you on Saturday evening for another live stream. Yankees win at 4-2. Yankees get the 3-game sweep over the Red Sox as their winning streak is now at 6. Appreciate you joining me tonight, everybody. And again, I will talk to you Saturday evening for some game. I'll update you what that game is going to be. Talk to you. Hopefully you can join me Saturday for that game, everybody. Good night. Have a great rest of your night. God bless.